All right, let's take a minute, maybe two, to talk about Bree, Santos, and Trashley Ashley. So we all know Bree and Santos went through the whole thing about Santos going to jail overnight and the whole big mess with that, and how they supposedly broke up, and one of them was going to stay in Cali, one was going to go to Texas, and they'll just visit each other and they'll just still be best friends, blah blah blah. Then all of a sudden they decided they wanted to kiss and hug and everything else online, and so they kind of lost that whole "oh, we're not dating" thing because it didn't fly. Anyway, so they're in a content house now, and they decided to let Santos be Ashley's manager. Yeah, right? That's what I was thinking too. So anyway, Ashley was homeless or whatever because Uncle Fester really did kick her out this time. I know she played the whole skit about he broke up with me and kicked me out, blah blah blah, and then the next day they were getting married and whatever, that whole thing. By the way, whatever happened to her being pregnant like 2 months ago? Yeah, forgot that skit too, didn't you, Ash? Anyway, so fast forward, they're all in a content house together in Cali. Well, it's been just a few days and they're already kind of going at it just a little bit. Trashy Ashley's flirting with Santos. Santos is flirting back because he's just a nerd weirdo like that. Bree's getting a little jealous. Ashley's jealous of Bree. Anyway, you knew it wasn't going to go very well because, come on. Anyway, so the very first night, like, Ashley comes and eats them out of house and home. Like, Bree and Santos were like, we had a month's worth of groceries here. Where did they go? Ashley's over there just chomping away, drinking and eating everything they have. A little bit later, a couple days later, they show her bedroom, and it's like so disgusting, like, already. So Bree takes it upon herself to go in and clean it and make her new bedding and pillows and everything and try to make it real nice. And Ashley's just so disrespectful. She doesn't care. She's entitled. She believes everyone owes it to her. Sound familiar? Gabby, Jordan, Lisa. Anyway. So fast forward a little bit more to yesterday. Ashley's on live or her Kick or YT or whatever, Insta, whatever she's on, back and forth. Anyway, so they're streaming and you see it get a little tense. First, she didn't want to go to the water park with them. She sat out in the car for hours waiting on them. So I know that made her a little mad. She didn't want to go fishing with them, but she did. She bought a dress that was copying Bree, so that kind of got a little under her skin. Yeah, so it just went on. They're just annoying. And so finally, Ashley brought up the whole thing about, you guys said if I stream here that you would pay me and I haven't made a dime. I mean, yes, Ash, you're staying at the house for free. You're eating everything they own. They're taking care of you, treating you like their child. But, yeah, you need to get paid too, huh? What are you getting paid for? Everybody on there is like, oh, don't give Ashley none of that money. Like their TS or whatever it is that goes off all the time. Like, every one of them are just dogging Ashley. Well, anyway, she doesn't deserve any of that money, right? So, that's my opinion. But anyway, so last night she's like, that's it. I'm moving out. And apparently she wanted to go with her new manager because Santo's just a kid. Well, yeah, you knew that when you were trying to bink him. But whatever. He was an adult then, but now he's just a kid. Anyway, so she's like, I have a manager I trust now. Me and Bertie are going to buy fireworks for kids who can't afford them. Are you kidding me? You were just on the telephone with your mother the other day griping because she bought some stuff for the kids off your credit card at Target. The kids that she's taking care of, you're not paying child support, you're not helping in any way. Now you've gone and abandoned them and left them there with her while you go to Cali, which honestly they're in a better spot, but you talk to your mom like crap and she's literally raising your children for you. And she wants to come online and say, I'm doing everything I can for my girls. I'm a good mom, and this is my full-time job. So you guys have to understand. I have to do this full-time job to be able to take care of my girls. Really? Because you were getting paid bank back then, and you still wouldn't even buy them a bed. And now you're so homeless and broke that you're living out of your car, and now you're living free with like a scrub with some friends. But this is your full-time job. Yeah, honey, I think you need to get another job then. Anyway, so she says she's leaving the house and going with her new guy, her new manager. But then she just come back on a few minutes later today saying they have their side of the house and I have mine. They're not going to come in here and I won't see them unless... But you are still staying there in their house. They're paying for it. Bree's probably paying for it. But... And you were like, they need to kick her out. Let her be homeless. I don't even care. Let her be homeless. She can get a little humility in her little self, big self. Anyway, drives me nuts. Anyway, I'll keep you posted. I'm sure way more will come up today because they don't get off live any more than Gabby does. They're on there about 20 hours a day. By the way, anybody seen Gabby today? I gotta go check in. Yeah. Poor Cam. Anyway, talk to you later.